Okay, for domain and range, really the only thing you want to remember is that domain means the x values, all right, for a graph, and the range means the y values. So the domain is basically asking you the question, how far left and how far right does my graph go? And the range is asking you how low does my graph go and how high does it go. So I've gotten a few examples here where we can kind of see how do you deal with domain and range. Well, if this is what my graph looks like, right? For domain, I'm asking how far left does it go? Well, this graph, like most graphs, is always going to the left, right? This is never ever stopping. So basically, the lowest x value is going to be negative infinity. Okay, and if I ask how far right does this graph go, same thing. This is always going to the right. Even though it looks kind of like it's stopping, it's always going to the right. So that would be going to infinity. So the domain for this one is actually negative infinity to infinity, because you basically hit all x values between that. All right. Now in the range, I'm asking how high does my graph go and how low does it go? Well, this means that it's going down forever. So the lowest point is also negative infinity. Okay? There is no low point. It's going to keep on going forever. Now the high point, on the other hand, right? The highest that my graph goes is right here, right? And the y value for that point is 4. So the range is negative infinity all the way up to 4. It's never going to reach any y values above that, right? My graph isn't anywhere up here. So that's why it's restricted at 4. Okay, if we look at this second graph, the domain is how far left does it go? Well, again, this is always going to the left, right? This is going to keep going to the left. So this is negative infinity. And how far to the right does it go? Well, same thing. It's always going to the right. So positive infinity. How about the range? Well, how high does it go? What's the highest point? Well, just like the domain, this is always going up, right? So the highest point is infinity. Now the lowest point, just like the domain, is always going down, right? So the lowest point is negative infinity. It never reaches a point where it's not going to hit a certain y value. Okay, so for this one, the domain and range isn't very interesting. It's just negative infinity to infinity, negative infinity to infinity. Now this last example, a little bit different. Okay, let's start with the domain. How far left does it go? Well, this point right here is as far left as we go, right? We don't have any points beyond that. And the x value for that is negative 3. So the lowest point is actually negative 3. And how far to the right does it go? Well, this is always going to the right, right? There's no place where it doesn't go to the right anymore. So infinity, just like we saw before. And range, the range here is pretty similar to the ones right here, right? This is always going up, right? Always going up. So the top of the range is infinity, and this one is always going down. So the bottom of the range is negative infinity. So really the domain for this graph will be negative 3, right? Bottom, the most left that it's going to hit, to infinity, because it's going to always go to the right. Range, negative infinity, because it's always going to go down, right? And positive infinity, because it's always going to go up. So that's basically domain and range. The most important thing to remember, domain is the x values, range are the y values.